Hey, this is Jim Craddock. It is Friday, November 22nd, 2024, and this is my update. I think if you'll watch my last update, you'll notice that I had a lot of energy, and that was something that has been affecting me for about 6 weeks, maybe. I had a bad spell. And I thought, okay, this is really bad. And it was mostly just a lot of really severe stomach issues. But the stomach issues with my condition, they always are due to, changes in other things. They're not like just stomach issues. So, uh, anyway, after that, I got really energized and my legs didn't hurt as much and everything. And I'm pretty sure that I know kind of where we're at here. And let's just say that that energized feeling, it led to, I couldn't sleep at night. And Anyway, so that went away, and a lot of nausea came to visit me every morning, and the leg pain returned first. It started returning if I was very active at all, it would be very bad next day. Gonna have to pause a moment. Anyway, the leg pain would come back, and it was really severe. And then so Tuesday it was real bad. I had done a lot of stuff Monday, gone to several stores and stuff, and I mean, I don't know how many steps total. Maybe I got 5,000 steps. I'd have to check, but way more than I usually get because I know to restrict myself. Anyway, the next day, not great. So that, and then yesterday, very not great. Uh, uh, and then today, same thing. And so, if I'm right, what's going to happen is that this nausea will extend further and further into the day. And the only time I'll really be kind of myself is late in the evening. Uh, and and then eventually the stomach problems will stop, and that will be because finally that my stomach has shut down. Uh, but I'll feel good, supposedly, according to the writing. When that happens, it'll be like a great relief, and so maybe I'll have a day or two of really good. I don't know. Uh, No, I would probably say 3 or 4 days. Let's go. So I don't know when that'll be. I don't know how long this part takes. I know that in the article, the people would sit still. It talked about how they sat still all day long, uh, and uh, and then they would get up at night because that's when their blood pressure was high enough to be able to digest food, and they'd have a great feast in the evening, uh, and then return uh, to where they would rest, and then in the morning is when the moans would start. It would talk about. So doesn't sound like a fun time. uh, hey, I'm very glad that I've got to see what I believe is the beginning of hyper Bitcoinization, and and it is just I mean, Bitcoin's been around for so long, and it's just now the beginning of hyper Bitcoinization. And they'll look back on this most likely and say that Saylor was the one that brought us here. I don't know. Maybe they change the rules and make what he's doing uh, not allowed. But I can tell you that what he's doing is basically an attack on the dollar, and it will by definitely be successful if he's allowed to keep doing what he's doing. So, uh, you know, it's fun. It's it's nice to know that that conviction that I developed around Bitcoin in 2017, after kind of playing around with it in 2014, uh, has really led somewhere. And it's led to my son having his college paid for and a bunch of other things. So, uh, there are millionaires all over the world thanks to MicroStrategy and Bitcoin. And, it's never too late. It's only going up. So jump on board. I mean, yeah, it can be a rough ride, but I think the environment is right now. Uh, this is, a quick update after my previous update, just because things changed so much this week that I think is worth mentioning and interjecting here. I'm gonna have to get on the ball with some of the things that I do at times when I feel like, hey, this could be it, but I really feel, I mean, this time I'm like, I really can't think of anything left that this thing wants me to suffer through. So uh, I'm going to try to do the best I can to. I made an appointment for my doctor. I sent him a message this morning on my chart. He had an opening next Wednesday. So and you can imagine if you're feeling like I'm feeling, like Wednesday is forever away. Especially if it's getting worse each day or if additional things are accumulating or you know I don't I don't expect them to do anything. I don't think there's time really, especially, and so I'm gonna focus once again on making every day as normal as I can. Problem is Thanksgiving's coming up and family will be in town starting tonight, and uh I don't know what I can do, but I will do everything I can to make it normal because nobody runs to be around a sick guy. Just remember that when you get sick someday. Everybody hates that, right? So, uh, yeah, I'm just gonna do the best I can and keep on trucking. And I had a really stressful week, and the markets kind of went crazy on me with Bitcoin, and I had HR issues I had to deal with an employee at work, and I think the stress may have been enough to kind of push me out of that kind of hyper energized state that's basically supposed to be because at that point you're kind of kicked into full overdrive trying to prevent what's happening now to my stomach. So uh, yeah, it's just the way it is. Anyway, that's it for me today. Nice, boring, depressing shit, huh? But I'm doing the best I can, and I have been really happy lately. And I am very thankful for uh, every day where I have got to enjoy that day. And that's been uh, what my focus has been this year is, hey, let's enjoy today. And there's been a lot of days I was able to enjoy. And I think that, I made it normal for most people in my life, which for me was a big win. Uh, so, hey, there should be another one of these updates. I'm going to probably do one every few days now, I would guess. Uh, and we'll just see where that goes. Uh, it's not easy, I can tell you that much. And the fact that there's not one doctor who believes me uh, is definitely an issue. Uh, And that's just because of the state of the literature that they've done whatever they've done to make this condition go away because it does substantially change physiology. Uh, and it's iatrogenic, so you can cause permanent physiological changes by doing what I did, but it saved my life. So, 29 years of extra life, even with all the bad days that have been thrown in, uh, worth 10 times the bad days that I've had to endure. Hey, so I'll close out like I normally do. This is Jim Craddock. I've got terminal onset diabetes insipidus with candidiasis major. This is a condition, it's iatrogenic, that was redacted from medical literature by basically putting it under another diagnosis such that people didn't need to know about this condition anymore because the way this condition is originated is iatrogenically. And that means they cause it. And there are physiological changes, and the ethics are dubious in letting that information out there into the public. Uh, so that I think they did what they did for that reason. That doesn't mean that I didn't end up with it. And I think that if you're watching this video, whoever you are, you know that I was right. So uh, the only thing that that proves, my case is at this point is, disastrous consequences. So we just wait, and then, at least I've documented the trip. So hey, I've got a blog, I've got these videos, they go back quite a ways. I've got medical tests out there. I just had a CBC. I went and paid for one yesterday, and a CMP and a UA, and everything came back except for ketones were positive, and which is weird if you know that I'm eating normally. I've learned throughout this condition, there's been a lot of nausea. It because it changes your blood flow multiple times. And so every time it does that, you experience nausea. And I've learned to eat right through nausea. I mean, there was one time, one phase of this where just putting the food in my mouth caused me to gag. Is but I would that was basically my learning process of okay, and then the fact that I actually can't vomit is a big deal too. So it doesn't matter how nauseated I get, uh, uh, it's not ever a problem. So I've gone through all that, and I've done what I can, and we're just waiting for that disastrous consequences, I think, and then maybe the knowledge will reappear. Funny if that works. That would be my goal. Uh, I've documented enough about it that somebody should be able to find it. There's got to be books out there with it. It's just that it's not online, and diagnostic manuals based upon case studies from the early 20th century are that those things don't get scanned in online. So uh, I have been able to find nothing, but it's a huge case study. There was all these men, and there were pictures. It's real. So that's what I'm going through, and it's okay. Uh, it's okay. I am 55, and I got this when I was 26, and I certainly didn't expect to see 55. When I did the math at the time, it said, hey, it could add 20 or 25 years to your life. So hey, 50 was a big deal. And then, when the changes occurred at 50, whatever, two or so, I kind of said, whoa, yeah, this is it. And I didn't realize that last, you know, period could be so long. Anyway, that's all depressing shit. I love my family. I love my dogs. I love my house. Bitcoin is the future. The dollar's going to zero. Figure that shit out, folks. Own gold and resources, and realize that equities can't compete with Bitcoin. So they're going to have to own it. I don't know how the world of the future relates to Bitcoin and equities, but I can see where it relates to bonds real easily. Equities are going to be an issue. So good luck with that. Don't ever sell your Bitcoin though. I mean, borrow against it, do whatever you have to do, but it's going to $13 million, just like Sailor says. That's it for today.